Actually, I was in a provincial place, in a province far away from the capital in Saudi Arabia. So there wasn't actually a proper Philippine school. There was one, but it shut off, and me and my childhood friend who was female decided to switch schools. This was when I was like grade 4, grade 5. You guys do the math if you guys know the grading system of, I don't know, Philippines and other countries. But let's say I was maybe around 10. Yeah, maybe around 10. I moved to an Indian school, an international Indian school. And I was so used to mingling and hanging out with other Filipinos in the previous Philippine school that when I arrived in the Indian school, I struggled interacting and talking with other people. And that's also where I developed an Indian accent, because I spent like 4 to 5 years of my life there. But man, oh my god, I'm remembering all of the memories. My classmates were kind of friendly and kind of nice. They were trying to approach me because I was the only Filipino there, and they were all Indians. There were majority Indians, there were also Pakistanis. There were also other Arabs over there. That really made me felt isolated and really left out. It made me really feel really lonely. Even if they were trying to approach me, be very friendly with me, it took me like 2 years to actually make a proper friend there. I was so outcasted in other words. I would eat lunch alone in the back of the class. I would not attend PE class. If there was PE, I would just hide under the benches and hope that the PE instructor or the teacher don't come to the class and drag me out. I literally just hid and avoided PE class. I don't know. I don't know why I skipped PE. I never engaged in the physical activities. I don't know. I was just so outcasted that I did not go to PE. I spent a year or two without even going to the library because there was also a library subject. The friend that I made eventually, how we became friends is because we would argue and yap. We would have long and proper arguments over so many other topics. Because back then I was already yapping. I was already yapping if I was provoked, if I was given the conversation, if I was given the right opportunity to yap, I would argue with him over any other topic, over any topic that we could think in my mind. But yeah, I struggled to speak also in English. I remember stuttering, talking to my professor, talking to the teachers, to my classmates. I would say hello. There was this one time we had exams, and then you have to get like they would hand out papers for you to write on because you have to write answers in a separate paper. And my first paper was already full, and I had to get another paper which the teacher had. I legit rushed to the front of the class, screamed in front of him, "Hey, can I have paper?" And then everyone around me were laughing because I was making a scene just to ask for paper and answer sheet. If you guys know Indian school, those answer sheets and all this stuff. I struggled communicating in English back then, and they had like an accent, so it took a while for me to make my own accent so that they would understand me. There was also this one time a teacher gave me a chore to buy something from the canteen. He said, "Hey yo, Ralph, can you buy me water in the canteen?" And there was no one else, so I panicked. Say, "Okay, I'll take it." I was so damn nervous going to the canteen just to buy a bottle of water. Sorry for the British accent. But I managed to buy the bottle of water. Thank God. And then I sneaked my way back to the faculty room. I gave him the bottle of water. What was really terrifying, I never ever bought anything from the canteen other than that. I actually had to use my friend that I always fought and argued with to buy something for me. But he was like, "No, bro, why you gonna ask me to buy something for you? Buy it for yourself." But I was like, "No, I don't wanna go to the canteen. Just buy it for me." And he was like, "Nah, bro, don't. You gotta do it your own." And I never got it. Even if I was hungry, I never mustered up the courage to buy something from the canteen. I would also, every morning, classes still have been started, and if there was no opening ceremony or flag raising ceremony, I would sit in the bench and just stare into the sky. Just stare and watch other people. I would just stare. Like yo, I would just stare and just be lost in my own mind and thoughts. Okay. Oh my god. There's so many memories. Oh my god. Like honestly, I could yap for an entire hour of my entire experience as a freaking Bocchi. As a freaking Bocchi in that Indian school. And even after moving to the Philippines, I became more Bocchi. I became more Bocchi after moving to the Philippines. I was actually having anxiety attacks just days before I went to my first class here in the Philippines. I was that scared and terrified of meeting people. But eventually, people were actually way more nicer and friendlier towards me. And because they were my fellow Filipino, I just felt like, oh, they're fellow Filipino. They look like me. They say the same things as me. They use the same language as me. Okay, alright, I might give them a chance. And my high school life in the Philippines, after moving here, is another story. But yeah, I was so like Bocchi. There's one more incident. My father would fetch me after school, and if my father got late, if my father was like 5 to 10 minutes late after school ended, I would start crying. I would start crying publicly while waiting for my dad. If he was like 5 to 10 minutes late, I would start crying. And I was already like grade 6 or 7. I would start crying. I would start crying. Dad, I'm not yet home. How am I supposed to go home? Dad's not yet here. The longest I waited for dad was like 45 minutes. And when I finally saw dad's car, oh, I was crying tears of joy. I remember finally going outside of the gate and entering the car and crying so damn loud. My dad was like, sorry, son. And I was like, nah, dad, I'm just happy to see you. Oh, yeah. Okay. I have so much. Oh my god. I'm sorry. I just relive all of those memories. Holy shit. The good old days. Oh my god. Okay. One more. Okay. Okay. I'm finally calmed down. But anyways, if you guys want more lore drops, let me know.